Him how it felt after 29 years to come forward, what it was like to look into the eyes of this creature. Tell me what it was like. I was dying to know.
No dia fui ver como se eu tivesse ido ver paciente, e não era paciente, realmente era alien, claramente alien.
There is some really significant news coming out from James Fox about a very specific alien abduction event, and you're not gonna want to miss any of this, especially today, guys. I promise you that. So check it out with me, and a lot of you not subscribed, maybe consider doing that. The channel is being suppressed and I appreciate that so much. Share the video.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat.
Okay, I'll tell you how this came about, because it's extraordinary what happened. We knew that the live alien was at Regional Hospital. We have people that we're in touch with over more than a decade that work at both hospitals that we meet privately with every time we go to Virginia. It's always quiet, off the record. They come and there's certain secrets they talk about during surgery and only during surgery. So we knew, and from other testimony, that creature was it. So the other neurosurgeon who was on duty that night was his sort of protege. It was Dr. Italo and Dr. Marcos Vinicius. Dr. Marco Vinicius did a little procedure on the creature. Apparently it had some damage, some swelling, something happened. Did a little procedure on the creature, and I don't want to go into too much detail because it's an ongoing thing. And then he had a heart attack and died in 2018. Okay, so now he's gone, and his partner, who's the lead neurosurgeon, Dr. Italo, himself had a heart attack just a few months ago, and he's in the ICU, staring at the ceiling, thinking that he was going to die, and he thought, "I can't believe I'm taking this to the grave. This is not right. If I survive this, I'm going public." And then, yep. And so he said, "I'm doing this for my grandchildren, and I don't care what the consequences are. I don't care." That's what he said.
That is such a raw act of courage. Those are the kind of whistleblowers we need, James. And
yep.
Full credit to you. Full credit to you for persuading him to speak to you about it. I just take my hat off to witnesses like Dr. Italo Venturelli for having the courage to come forward. Was he threatened not to speak?
Oh yeah. So what happened was, and I want to send a shout out to AlienAntics, who's our lead translator and one of our co-producers. She has a very disarming presence, and she calmed him, and he snuck us into the back of the hospital, snuck us in. And we're going, what's happening? What's going on? He sneaks us into the ICU, exactly where it happened. We get masked up because you can't be in the ICU without it. So we get all of our masks on. I don't know where this is going. And all of a sudden he just starts telling all. Wow. And it was extraordinary. And then the hospital staff caught us filming. And what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be filming. Nobody has any permits. Nobody, so they kick us out. But we'd gotten the goods. And he's like, "I think I just lost my job." And so they kick us all out. So we leave the hospital and we go into a we didn't know where we're going. We just went into a cafe next door, and we're filming at this cafe. We're all like practically crying. And I asked him how it felt after 29 years to come forward, what it was like to look into the eyes of this creature. Tell me what it was like. I was dying to know. And he said it was a higher level of intelligence, so much higher, more advanced. Even though that it was in captivity, it had control of the room. He said, an intelligence way beyond. It was like an angel. But he describes his skin as more white with the big red eyes and the little horns, exactly the way the girls described. And I just thought to myself, was that sort of a defense measure? Did their skin react to the hot sun? When they're scared and freed? I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, that is fucking fascinating. This being, NHI, was in this room, and it's captured. It's, it can't be free, but it was in control of the situation. The telepathic powers must be overwhelming while looking into those big eyes. it's just so interesting. What do you think about this? Do you think it has any credibility? And I wonder if this surgeon or, medical personnel, this guy that came forward with the story, actually did lose his job. And what everything was said, I want more to come out about this. And we're going to be talking about more info related to this, so do not go anywhere. Guys, YouTube is suppressing the channel and I need your help. This is a code red situation. Any interaction at all helps us not fall into the abyss that is YouTube slop. This is all real, made by me, a lot of effort. You can support the continued existence on Patreon, buy me a coffee, all for as little as $1. Less than you buy a coffee with, less than you tip your waiter, but it helps so much. It makes my day when I receive that notification, and it motivates content production. And it's quality content, as you can see.
If the person who has possession of the videotaped evidence
Se a pessoa que tem... Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Wants to come forward themselves presenting the provenance of said evidence, of the evidence, $200,000 US.
Like, I didn't understand as well. Like,
so, the person who has the video,
yes.
If they come forward, they present the videotape and they talk about the evidence.
Okay.
Not anonymous.
All right.
Not anonymous.
All right. Ele falou
200,000 US.
Ok, ele falou, se a pessoa tiver coragem e vier e se expor com esse vídeo, falar um pouco, né, sobre como que conseguiu o vídeo, algo do tipo assim, ele estaria oferecendo daí $200 mil, se a pessoa se identificar, né.
And still we offer a $20,000 US finder's fee.
Meu nome é Ítalo Venturelli, estudei em São Paulo, fiz neurologia, neurocirurgia, fiz mais de 5.000 cirurgias. Só queria deixar essa mensagem que eu realmente vi. No dia fui ver como se eu tivesse ido ver um paciente, e não era um paciente, realmente era um alien, claramente um alien. O crânio era em forma de gota, os olhos em forma de gota. Eu fui ver um paciente achando que era um humano. E eu vi ali um ser maravilhoso de um mundo que eu não conheço. Me pergunto se estava sofrendo, ele não estava sofrendo, se ele estava entendendo, ele estava entendendo. Muito calmo, muito tranquilo, olhou para mim como se entendesse tudo o que eu estava pensando. Eu acho bacana conversar isso, explicar para as pessoas que existem muito mais coisas do que a gente imagina. Para mim foi muito importante ver, porque eu vi a imensidão que tem esse universo, né? Não somos só nós aqui, desse mundo tão maravilhoso, mas deve existir muitos outros. E aquele ser que estava ali é prova disso.
So another way you might look at it is in the aspect of maybe the hospital wants to become a tourist destination. If all the UFO obsessed Americans hear that this is a place where a surgery or an alien was being held in captivity, with all these weird, quirky things that happen, these weird details, it could really boost tourism in that area, at that hospital. I mean, that could be a motive, or to gain some popularity, followers. I have no idea. We need some proof. This is all fun and interesting. We need footage. We need more details, as much details as possible. This is really important stuff, but yeah, just something really conclusive, right?
Your film's coming out. When will your film be coming out?
Later this year. We don't have an exact date, but we will soon. Later this year.
But essentially the 30th anniversary of the VARGINHA incident is in January next year, 2026.
Yes, the film will come out just before that.
Let's take a look at your trailer, which we're now going to show exclusively here on Reality Check.
Have you been exposed to undeniable confirmation of a non-human intelligence craft?
There is something out there, and we should know as the people what it is.
Do you believe that the federal government is knowingly concealing evidence about UAPs from the public?
100%.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
Non-human, exotic origin, vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
For the first time in history, the names of alleged companies and gatekeepers analyzing recovered alien technology are being exposed.
Are any of you willing to name specific individuals?
Dr. James Ryder at Lockheed, Glenn Gaffney, CIA.
For decades, we've heard allegations of the retrieval of objects of alien origin.
In 1933, some disc-shaped object crashed.
It was not anything from this earth.
A UFO crashed in Kingman.
Didn't drop out of the sky. It had to come in on an angle.
The feeling I had during the encounter was like no type of aircraft I've ever seen before.
I saw the evidence. It's a crash retrieval, there's a craft, and there's alien bodies.
But one of the most well-documented UFO crash retrieval cases involving live aliens took place in Varginha, Brazil.
There's a crashed vehicle.
Dois seres extraterrestres foram capturados, depois, posteriormente, foram levados para o hospital.
Meu nome é Carlos de Souza.
Meu nome é Cátia Xavier.
Meu nome é Liliane Silva.
Meu nome é Valquíria Silva.
Em 1996, eu vi uma criatura estranha.
Fui até o local. Quando o general de brigada falou para mim que era assunto de segurança nacional, ele morre por aí, acabou.
Deu para ver nitidamente. Era um charuto no ar.
O negócio da defesa, eu nem quis tocar, porque vai deixar o sino aqui na bala. Levaram para Campinas e Campinas levaram para os Estados Unidos.
Now, for the first time in history,
nunca vi caso assim.
We have the most compelling first-hand testimony.
Todo mundo surpreso. Sim, qualquer diz que ia sofrer uma punição muito severa.
Communication with a live alien in captivity.
Os olhos eram como se fosse uma gota de água.
How much time did he spend with the alien in the room?
3, 4 meses.
I don't know about you guys, but ever since I was the smallest kid, I've always been so fascinated, so curious. It really lured me when I was watching like sci-fi in general, Alien, E.T., the unknowns coming and finding our little blue planet, the speck in the infinite universe, and you know, them being so alien as to these two such different intelligences interacting with each other, like looking at each other, like wanting to learn. That whole ordeal just really, I like that shit. And now we got so much more documentaries, not even movies, that are fiction. And it's coming out that a lot of the fiction back then weren't as fiction as you were led to believe, because some of these intel agencies that are 3-letter agencies have been giving info, things to use, maybe to prepare the population. Don't know. But yeah, it's just really cool, all this stuff coming out. Do you guys enjoy movies about this type of thing? You more into documentaries of supposedly real things, or how do you analyze this whole situation?
We have alien spaceships in our possession. Mm-hmm. We have bodies. Where and why can't I get the specifics to verify those claims?
If the President of the United States issued an executive order that absolves me of all of my TSSCI NDAs. NDAs are non-disclosure agreements. Those are the agreements we have to sign for every compartment in our SCI clearances. So if the President waives or absolves my obligation to those NDAs, and I get subpoenaed by Congress, somebody on Capitol Hill, some committee, either in the Senate or the House or the both, to reveal everything I know that I learned from my investigations, both unclassified and classified, into the legacy UAP, crash retrieval, and hardware reverse engineering and NHI programs, I would do so. If I could be waived from that or absolved in some fashion by presidential order, and if Congress subpoenas me, yes, I would go and tell them everything I know.
Dr. Eric Davis makes it very clear there, James, that he knows stuff.
We have got to take anything this man, Eric Davis, says, though, with a pinch of salt. I mean, not saying it's not true, but he said things like this, which is really out there. So just some perspective as to what has been said and what is said now and how to take that in.
Are they multiple species? Are they like, what is their size and how many are usually on a craft?
They're typically the multiple species. People are familiar with the Greys, the Nordics. People have talked about reptilians and insectoids. It's not that they're reptilian or insectoid, it's that they resemble to the recipient of reptile or an insect type humanoid, because they have this a head and 4 limbs and torso.
So large, small?
Human size, human scale.
And are there how many are accrued?
Well, the Greys I'm familiar with from investigating the crash at Corona, which is misnamed the crash at Roswell. It's not the crash at Roswell, it's the crash at Corona in Mexico. Those were Greys, those were 4 foot tall. And the Nordics are typically human size, probably, I've heard 5 to 6 feet tall. And same with the people who mislabel reptilian and insectoid, they're roughly that height too. I haven't heard anything about anything 7 or 8 feet, 9 feet tall. Of that nature.
In conclusion, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Donate, please. Support Being Suppressed. Need some help. Code Red. Share this video. Any groups, share it with your grandma, your grandpa, any and all UFO interested people. Yeah, we're trying to get 50 views above all videos. I have a really expensive ass camera that I ordered. I am broke as shit. Ordered headphones too that are like really high quality. It's just to make all this just a little bit easier to improve, and yeah, it costs a lot more than I've made on this platform. So any and all support would be greatly appreciated, especially now. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, which is whenever. I think this one is like Wednesday. So I'll see you Friday, probably. And hope your week's going so great. Guys, everyone watching this video at this point, the end of this video, I literally, I throw good luck to you guys. Like I manifest it to you because you're a real one. And yeah, have a great day. Peace.
That was out of this world, fellow Earthlings. For more alien antics, subscribe to AlienAntics.